So today I'm going to be reviewing Where Dark Things Grow by Andrew K. Clark. This book is Appalachian folklore horror, I think is how I would describe it. You have a story that takes place a long time ago, I think around the Depression era, and takes place in the Appalachians, and it involves the character 15-year-old Leo. And Leo is a part of this very small, very destitute family. And he is thrust into the position of having to support his family. His little sister is very sick, and he has to find work where he can to make money to get her medicine and to get food for his family. And this is very much a supernatural horror kind of gothic horror kind of story. And there are these creatures called wulvers, which are sort of totemic wolf spirits. And there are other instances of magic. And what Andrew has done here is created a very rich setting with very well thought out characters, and has told a gripping story of how this young boy goes from a fairly fearful, directionless, friendless almost kid to a more thoughtful, more confident, and more compassionate person over the span of the book. He makes a lot of mistakes. There are a lot of consequences for the mistakes that he makes. He makes some friends, he makes some enemies, and along the way he finds out that power is often comes with cost. And when he uses the power that he acquires through the shadow wulver creature, he finds that he likes the power, but he also finds that it turns him into something that he ends up not liking very much. He wants to use this power to help, but he also finds that he can use the power to make money. And ultimately, he has to decide if he needs to leave this power behind and just rely on his friends and his family and his own inner strength. And I really like the themes that Andrew presents here. It's a very strong story. I really enjoyed the characters that he created here. As I said, there are moments where I think the pacing suffers, but overall, like I say, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I would give this a strong 4.5 stars. I think the only thing that really keeps it from being a 5-star are some spots where the pacing is a little slow. But when you get to the climax of the book, the journey is worth it. There's some definite standout characters for me. His friend Lilyfax, for example, is a favorite of mine. His sister Goldfish, even though she only appears in a few scenes, is a favorite of mine. His grandmother, I believe, is a favorite of mine. But, there's just so many great side characters here. The villains are great in the you love to hate them kind of way. And yeah, I look forward to reading the next book in his series, sort of. It's not the same characters, but it's that same kind of setting, and it's got some connective tissue, and it's called Where Dark Things Rise. He's a very talented author, and I strongly recommend that you check out his books.